So the dogs have been an issue for a long time. One of them had cancer on her back. We had it cut off, and she felt awesome and was bounding again and was like a child again. And then 3 months later, these nodule things grew back, and she was laid out on the couch and thought she was going to die at any moment. And so we prepared her funeral plot, and but it was kind of in the back of my mind. I just thought, no, wait a minute. Why do you have cancer? You're not eating grains. Because at this point I know, okay, genetically modified corn and wheat are connected with cancer. And so I pulled out her dog food, which she'd been on for 2 or 3 years. And when we got Gracie, come here, Gracie, come here. When we got Gracie, the breeder told us to give her as a puppy. This is Gracie. Look at the camera. The breeder told us to give her this upper end Purina dog food. It has omega oils. It's for active dogs. Her hair and fur were terrible. Her skin was terrible. I was just like, I don't know how I paid this much for a dog, and I have to pay $150 every time I get her groomed, because she would get these little knots in her hair. That's my older dog, and then Peaches is my younger dog. Okay, so and I'm sorry for this long introduction, but it's taken years. It always takes me several years to kind of get to a point where I realize no one's gonna just wake up one day and just want to make their own dog food. So finally, I looked at this $50 bag Purina, and it had 2 or 3, maybe 4 kinds of corn, meal, and different kinds of corn in it. And I was like, oh. So stopped that dog food, and within 3 days, our Peaches, our small dog, was acting like a puppy again. And a couple of months later, all of the things on her back popped and fell off, and the cancer left her. So great, we've gone to grain-free, but she doesn't have as many teeth now, and so I have to kind of do a wet grain-free at least once a day, so because she's really hungry, she's not eating the dry grain-free food, and it's just their system and helping them. But they're both kind of thin. Their fur still isn't great, and it's horribly messy. I don't think they love the grain-free. I think there's a lot of peas and carrots and sweet potatoes, and after eating. Okay, so these are the vitamins. DynoVite was one of them, and when you get your DynoVite, it's this big pouch of herbs. Okay, so I don't know if y'all know me, I am a huge herb person. I'm not as big on essential oils because they haven't cured my children's asthma like herbs have. And I do lots of things with herbs, and I'm probably going to sell some of my herbal remedies on Etsy this year. So I love just the concept. First of all, it's 3 ingredients. It's boiled eggs. There's just a ton of different herbs, and like it will feed your dog at a cellular level. So just reading the side of this box got me so excited, guys. And when you do a big batch, I have a big dog, so she's gonna take 2 cups of this homemade food a day. We're still working up to the 2 cups. You kind of introduce it slowly. You have them fast for 24 hours, and hey, if you're on keto, you fasted, and you're like, oh, it's not a big deal if my dog fasts. Then you give them 1/4 of an amount of their total daily. So for Gracie, she's gonna get 2 cups daily. So the first 2 days, she got like a 1/2 cup or 1/4 of a cup, anyway, of the raw food for 2 days. And then she went up to a 1/2 cup for 2 days, then a cup for 2 days, then 3/4 of a cup for 2 days, and then she'll get the full amount. Well, so in the big recipe that I'm gonna make, I'm gonna put 2 cups of these herbs in that recipe. Guys, I'm so excited about this. It feels so good for our animals. It's only been 4 or 5 days, and their fur is already looking more radiant. The second ingredient, it's called Lico Chops, and I love this too, because if you're keto, you know we need fats. We need good fats in our system. And the first ingredient of this keto lick or whatever is chicken fat, fish oil, vitamin E oils mixed tocopherols, which are also another form of vitamin E, and then good ingredients, good ingredients, good ingredients. So this is a whole bottle, 8 ounces. I'm gonna put this whole bottle in the bowl. I can already tell a difference in their fur. It's gleaming, it already seems thicker. Some people just order these supplements and I couldn't find them on Amazon, so I'll put the link for those below. Some people just add these to the regular dog food routine. I'm gonna go ahead and do the full enchilada and put my dogs on a keto diet, except for the rice. I'm trusting this guy on the website because he's been doing this for 30 years. So if he says do white rice, I'm doing white rice. But the rest of the ingredients, I'm just so thrilled. And what's kind of cool is you're hand mixing all these things, and so some days they're going to get more egg, and some days it's going to be more beefy tasting, and some days, so each day you give them their ball. And I'm going to show you how I portion mine out. This guy puts his in some little containers like from the dollar store with a lid on them and in the freezer, and then brings out a container every time. For me, that's too labor intensive. I'm going to scoop mine in balls, and you can get a scooper. It's called a portion server from the restaurant supply in the exact amount that your dog needs. My dog is 2 cups, so I have a 1 cup scooper, and I'm doing 1 cup serving balls, freezing all of them, and then each day before, I just bring out a ball, and all of the dog food is out of our house. I wanted to lock myself in a corner and make myself make this dog food, and the dogs love it. They eat every single lick, so I almost don't even have to clean the dog bowl. It's so exciting. So here we go. Y'all ready? It's gonna be awesome. So I hope you enjoyed this video. That's kind of logistically how I did that. The only thing I would probably change is I would kind of next time put in some egg, put in some rice, kind of put in some beef, kind of layer it a little bit more so that when I'm mixing it, it doesn't take so much, like I'm kind of sweating right now. So that is the homemade dog food. That was probably my workout for today, that giant bowl with all of that in there. And I figured out that it will last. I have a big dog that takes 2 cups a day and a smaller dog that will take 1/2 cup per day. If you had a small dog, this would last you forever. But because I have a 40-pound dog, all of that dog food will probably last me about 3 weeks. I hope this inspired you to think about your dog food. Maybe your dog loves their food. I just want to avoid cancer and diabetes and all of those things in our animals, because in the end, whether you're a human or an animal, when you get a disease, life has to stop. You have to go to doctor's appointments for the dog. You have to go to the doctor's appointments for you. And I'd rather be out running a trail or riding a bike. So that's just my personal preference. That's what I'm hoping for my family. And you can see that was kind of a messy, process, but you do it once a month. You make your food, you freeze it in balls. Once the balls are frozen enough, I'll take them out, put them in a big container, and just pull out a ball a day or 3 balls for the next 3 days, just like I would my hamburger meat for my family. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.